Hi, my name is Linda Noss and I teach computer science for Laurel Springs. Today I'll be looking at how to start a Scratch project. So beginning lesson 1 of unit 2, it starts talking about Scratch. It talks about how to get engaged in a game, why we like games, and then it tells you to click on this link right here and go to your Scratch. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I'm already logged in, so if you haven't logged in, go ahead and log into your Scratch account. Then you're going to click Create. And what this does is it gives me a screen, a starting screen for a project or a game or a program. And what you're going to see is a few different things on the screen. Down the left hand side, these are called blocks. And as I go through the different colors here, you can see I have different kinds of blocks. And these are what we're going to do to tell, these are little statements that tell the computer what to do. And we're going to learn how to snap these together in order to create some kind of action in our game. See, there's sounds and events, controls, sensing, which is kind of neat because you can touch a color, or you can figure out the distance somewhere, or ask somebody their name is or anything actually and wait for an answer. Different kinds of operations, variables, and blocks. So take a little time, you can create your own blocks too. That comes much later. So take some time to look at these for a little bit. And then we have different costumes, which basically the default character of a game is this cat over here, the Scratch cat. And you can see if you like him, you can use him. But you can also go and edit him in a different costume. You can see he's got two different costumes here, and as I switch back and forth really quickly, it makes it look like he's running. So I can learn how to use these different costumes to animate the cat. And then we have our sounds. We have a whole bunch of different sounds. In this particular case, it's a cat, so there's a meow sound. So what they want you to do in the instructions is they talk about the different things I just talked about a little bit. On the top right hand side of the screen is where you run and test your games. So over here the green flag is go. So once we put programming statements in here or blocks in here, this green flag will tell the computer to execute those statements to see what the program will do. So it actually runs the program. The bottom screen is where you see all the sprites. So down here on the bottom, you have your sprites. And this little cat here is our default sprite. And a sprite essentially is just a picture or an image. It's usually a cartoon image because that's the way we think of sprites. Okay, so what they want you to do is set the scene. So you notice the cat's there. And they want you to get rid of the cat because we're going to use a different sprite. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to click right here. See, down here is the cat, and there's a little trash can in the upper right hand corner. So I'm just going to delete the cat, and you see when I delete the cat picture changes or it disappears over here. And then we're going to go to backdrops. Now the backdrops is basically what's in the background of the game. So we're going to choose a backdrop, and the way that you do that is you go here, and then over here on this side where it says stage, you can click on the picture down here, and then you can pick a backdrop. And there's a whole bunch of them. You can upload your own pictures to use as backdrops, but we're just going to use a backdrop that's available right now because we're just going to be playing around. So I'm going to choose my boardwalk. And then you can see that when I click on this, I can actually click on one of these little icons here. This is the paint and surprise, and this is upload a backdrop. So I can actually click on paint, and what it does is it takes me to an editor where I can click on my boardwalk backdrop and I can change it. I can edit it if I like. I kind of like the way it is, so I'm just going to leave it alone for now. So I'm going to click over here on the tab in the top left hand corner, go back to my code. So take a few minutes to play with that. And now we're going to look at sounds. So choosing a sound is really important in a game because most games have sound. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on sounds. And right now the pop sound is there. Let's see if we can get it to play. There's the pop sound. And they're going to ask you to get rid of that sound. So you'll notice the sound is listed right here. There's a little trash can in the upper right hand corner of the image of the sound. And I'm just going to get rid of that. And then I can add any sound I want, and you can see there's a whole bunch of sounds that come with the program, and you can upload your other sounds, and then they break them down into different types of sounds, so it's easier to filter them through. Okay, and I'm going to go back to all. I think I've picked one out here. Let's see if it's under animals. Seagulls. I'm going to put my cursor over the little, it plays it. So I'm going to choose this sound, and you can see my sounders right there. So now I've chosen a sound, and then you can see there's a menu when you choose a sound. You can edit the sound. You can make it go faster, slower, mute it, fade in, fade out, whatever you want to do. So that's something you can play with if you like. Customize it, and now we want to download this to our computer because right now we can't save it onto the Scratch site, so we're going to be downloading all of our things, and I've already downloaded this, but the way you do it is you hit File and Save to your computer, and then it comes up down here. I'm on a Mac, so it just comes up here. It downloads to my desktop, and then I can go to my desktop or my downloads and change the name of it. I've already created this in a previous exercise trying this, so I'm just going to keep that one. So that's basically how you do this first little exercise. So you can get ready for the next thing. So you have to do your backdrop during this lesson in order to get to the next thing. I hope this was helpful, and we'll talk to you later.